Roundup, sponsored by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm Jordan Prentice, and today I am joined by Cait and Ben, and they are organizers of the Peace Valley Folk Festival, which kicks off in just a few hours, right? Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. So for people who don't know, what is Peace Valley Folk Festival?
Well, we're actually in our third year now. It started out as a single evening festival and then grew to a 2-day festival, and now we're a 3-day festival, and we celebrate it says folk festival, but we celebrate all genres of music. So, folk rock, folk roots, a little bit of like folk ska.
Cool.
There's something for everybody here.
And so what does the weekend look like? Like, people can come here and camp? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, there's free on-site camping, just about a minute walk from the festival grounds, and there's no hookups, but it's first come, first serve, but we haven't run out of space yet, and they can come and stay for the weekend, and the food vendors set up. They're open from 4 o'clock till late Friday night, and then noon on Saturday, and they'll be open till about 3 when the festival ends on Sunday. And yeah, on-site beer gardens, and then there's some entertainment for the kids that rolls throughout the weekend.
And would you say that you guys are like the founders of the Peak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the founders, the organizers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you come up with the idea for this?
I moved up here from Prince George, where there was lots of live music going on, and I wanted to see some of that starting here, so we started doing really small one-night, one-band shows, and it just progressed to a 3-band show called A Night on the Peace, and we had one food vendor and a couple kegs of beer and 3 performers that night, and then it just evolved from there. We wanted to grow it because Sweetwater 905 closed, I don't know how many years ago, 3 or 4 years?
3 or 4 years before we started ours. And I was always really inspired by Sweetwater 905 Festival.
Okay.
Small, family friendly, really artsy. Ben was always inspired by, he grew up in Valemont, so he was always really inspired by Robson Valley Music Festival, also small, family friendly, super artsy. Mm-hmm. So we are just creating that here in the Peace.
So it is all ages. So it's
Yes.
like a family, bring your family. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, how do people get tickets if they kind of just decide they want to come? Like, can they just come?
Yeah,
or?
there's gate sales starting at 4 o'clock. They'll have the option of buying a gate pass, and they can either buy a Friday night or a Saturday night or a weekend pass, which is all 3 days, and then Sundays just by donation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about some of the artists that'll be performing this weekend?
Yeah, we got a good spectrum this year. It was cool. We drew from as far as Toronto coming. We've got 2 bands from Toronto, a bunch from Vancouver Island, a couple out of Alberta, and then all over the interior of BC. And then we also always try to host Peace Region artists. So this year I think we have Tom Cole,
Naomi Shore,
Eric Clark,
Ben Matchett.
and there's one other artist from
Who are we missing?
Somerset Shadows.
Yeah.
They're from
Okay.
based out of Taylor and Chetwynd, but
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so I guess, I don't know if I missed anything, but I'd really like to know, like, Cait, I think you're from Hudson's Hope, right?
Yeah, I grew up here.
You grew up here. How does it feel to be able to bring, I mean, Hudson's Hope is a small town. For those of you who don't know, Hudson's Hope, small town, less than 1,000 people, I believe,
Yeah.
right? So how does it feel to be able to bring such a large scale, kind of amazing sort of event to a small place like Hudson's Hope, where, like you said, people are coming all the way from Toronto, right? How does that feel?
It's so fulfilling, honestly. I've always been about building community, and this just is kind of like the culmination of what we want to do in the town. So I'm sure we'll be doing it for many years to come.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
yeah, just hopefully anyone watching this, if they still want to come, there's still some room. Kids 12 and under are free. And yeah, the music's going to be great, the food's going to be great, and the environment. It's just a very family-friendly space. Your kids will run around and play. There's some circus performers coming to entertain them for a couple hours each day, and there's a fire show at the end of the night on Saturday. So
Yeah.
Cool.
There's also a beer garden.
there is a beer garden.
Not for the kids, though.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, folks, you heard Ben and Cait. If you can, make the trip out to Hudson's Hope and come check out Peace Valley Folk Festival. The setup here looks amazing, and it's absolutely going to be a good time. We're going to have good weather all weekend
hopefully.
too, right? So yeah, thanks for tuning in. For those of you just joining us, my name is Jordan Prentice, and today I am joined by Cait and Ben, and they are the founders of the Peace Valley Folk Festival, which kicks off in just a few hours. You've been watching Community Roundup, brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances, and we will see you next time.